15 to 20 lakhs in your kitty, you are looking for a family sedan. The options are the newly introduced Skoda Slavia, Volkswagen Virtus, the segment's top dog Honda City, or the slightly dated Maruti Suzuki Ciaz. Now, things in the segment are going to become little fierce because the very dramatic new generation of Hyundai Verna has arrived in the market. It is big, bets on features, safety, performance and comfort. I'm going to take you through all those aspects and who should actually put their money on the new Verna. I'm going to tell you at the end of the video. If you're interested, do watch it till the end and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. One look and you'd be able to understand the Verna has grown in size. It's huge. The length has gone up by almost 100 millimeters. It stands over 4.5 meters in length. In fact, the wheelbase, it's the best in the segment, 20 millimeters more than what you get in Slavia and Virtus. But the face is the most dramatic part of the Verna, which you'd either like it or hate it. There are no two ways about it. It's dramatic. The grille up front is somewhat like the new i20, but takes up a huge volume at the front face here. The light also is slightly disruptive because you get one LED bar that runs across, and the positioning of the headlamp is firstly horizontal, plus it's placed somewhere in between the region of bumper and grille. What's your take on the face? Do let me know. 7 monotone, 2 dual tone color options. So there's a huge palette to choose from. 16-inch alloy wheels you get with the Verna, slightly redesigned, grey color with a naturally aspirated black with the turbo variants. The side profile has also been stretched out a little, which makes it more coupe-ish. At the end, this is what I like, this extension of the C-pillar. There are sharp lines and creases on the side profile, especially on the lower half. You have good side bolstering, which makes a good muscle to the side profile. Over to the rear, things are somewhat like the front end, where you have another light strip running all across the profile of it. The Verna badging or the lettering right in the middle, again brushed aluminium finish of the Hyundai. The lower half is also somewhat different from before. Crystalline structure, these crisscross structures you see here. Similar type of elements you also get in the tail lamp cluster. Now the interesting bit is what you get out here. Now this is the largest boot space that you get in the segment, precisely 528 liters, almost 50 liters more than its predecessor. So I think your weekend trips with your family is kind of sorted now. I detest drama, you know what I mean, right? But inside the cabin, I'm happy to report there is oodles of space on offer. It's actually a huge departure from the earlier Verna. Remember, the platforms are the same, the K2 platform, which underpins a lot of Hyundai cars and Kia cars in India, but company says it has been heavily redesigned, and the effect of it I can see inside the cabin. Moving around my leg was never this easy. The headroom has also freed up some space, which means even if you are almost 6 feet tall, shouldn't be an issue. In terms of fabric options, either you go for a non-turbo, which gives you this light ivory color, or the turbo variant comes with all black cabin and red stitching on top of it. Talking about features, the rear seat passengers have dedicated AC vents, USB charging port, sun blind for the rear, Bose stereo surround system, but I would have expected a third row middle seat passenger headrest right in the middle, which probably should have been the case with the new Verna. Features, you expect Hyundai to go all out and you will not be disappointed. Sunroof as usual. The front seats are heating, cooling enabled. Also the driver's seat is electrically adjustable, which is again segment first. Other features include wireless charging. You have this new automatic AC control which flips at the touch of a button. You can switch into stereo or AC controls with this button right on the side. Now the steering wheel is all new. This is something I should talk about when I drive, which means it's a new 2-spoke steering wheel. Reminds me something of how new Skoda Slavia has to offer. The instrumentation is an all-new unit, the biggest in the segment, gets Blue-Link connectivity features. Also, you get English commands to go with. In terms of functionality, I don't have any complaints. Also, it's vibrant, takes up more space inside the cabin. The dashboard, however, is slightly disruptive because there are too many angles, creases and cuts that runs across the profile. Now, you might just feel it too jarring for the eyes, or you'd make peace with it. The inside mirror is also an automatic adjusting one. The steering column is adjustable for both reach and rake. The visibility from the front seat is almost same as before, but what has changed is the safety functionality. 6 airbags are on standard, but now Hyundai Verna comes with level 2 ADAS, takes a level above the Honda City, which also gives you ADAS functionality. Now these are almost in line with the Tucson, but a couple of features are missing out here. But I love the front parking sensors because it's a huge car. In those tight parking spots, it's a huge breather now. So let's hit the road, tell you more about the 1.5 litre turbo, which is a newly introduced unit with the Hyundai cars in India, and also this 1.5 litre naturally aspirated, which continues its duty as it was in the previous Verna and also in the Creta. Emissions are becoming stricter day by day, which means the 1.5 litre CRDI diesel is out. It's replaced by the 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol unit. It's the most power generating 160 PS, company claims 0 to 100 in 8.1 seconds, which is in fact the fastest in the class. Now I'm driving the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated 115 PS, gets CVT or a manual. This is same as before, and I think this will be the most selling of the two. Now in terms of performance, this is quite par for the course if you are looking for a city car, because the controls are light and the poke from the engine is between 1500 RPM to 3000. It's decent enough for overtaking, not the very sporty or enthusiastic mill like a 1 litre turbo petrol in Slavia or for that matter Virtus, but it's decent, it's par for the course. You can't expect a lot of performance out of it. What has really changed here is this steering wheel. It's a new steering wheel, 2-spoke, and the controls are pretty light. It's decent for cities. The controls, quick maneuvers are not a problem. The size is somewhat a little too big for my liking, but what I wished for more is if it weighed equivalently as the rise in speed, which means when you are climbing up the rev, I think if it weighed a little bit more, would have given a little bit of more weightage to the driver. But nevertheless, it feels okay. It has a little bit of understeer in case of enthusiastic driving. But again, things are a little bit better in the turbo petrol mill. Now that gets a DCT, shifts really quick. Also, both the engines are claimed for good fuel efficiency. Company says over 20 kilometers to a litre of petrol, but any decent driver, I believe, can extract up to 15 to 16 kmpl in day-to-day city life. The suspension has been retuned slightly, obviously to accommodate more weight. The car has grown in size. Largely, it's supple, soaks up bumps with ease and comfort without really passing on to the passengers inside. The rear shockers are a little bit more supple than the front. Now the ground clearance has also risen by 5 millimeters, 170 millimeters on paper. It's still a little far away from Slavia and Virtus, which are close to 190 millimeter, but an welcome change here in terms of ground clearance. You can take on bad roads with a little bit more comfort and ease. Now I think the 1.5 litre turbo petrol unit is a good unit, and that can come down to N-line models in times to come. Especially I expect a Verna N-line to hit the market really soon. But what will really change the driver's habit is the ADAS functionality level 2, as I mentioned before. gets front parking sensors also. The level 2 ADAS gives you that leverage if you are traveling long distances on highway, spending a lot of time with your family. I think that level 2 ADAS is quite a unique because it's a little bit more advanced than the Honda City, and Virtus and Slavia are devoid of it. Overall, I think it's a step up in terms of performance, but I expected more on handling. The safety, however, is a welcome change, and family customers would really love what this new Hyundai has to offer. The prices have gone up by lakh to lakh and a half depending on the variant you choose. Hyundai is asking for 10,80,000 rupees ex-showroom starting to the range of 17,40,000 rupees ex-showroom. But the silver lining here is the fact that Slavia, Virtus and City top models are still expensive than what Hyundai is charging for the Verna. Now the looks are the biggest talking point here. It's disruptive, still it's distinct out there on the road. It has grown in size. If you are tech driven, progressive, youth, looking for good features and comfort for your family, this might be your car. What are your thoughts on the new Hyundai Verna? Do let me know in the comments box below. Thank you so much for watching.